Good morning. Welcome to sewflysuniqueboutique. I think we need that on. Greetings from Maine. My name is Tammy. To all of my new subscribers, welcome. And thank you for subscribing. For all my returning subscribers, I love you all. And you have no idea how much I appreciate the fact that you come back week after week and come and visit me. I have told everybody before, I don't have really a stitchy partner. I don't have anybody in the immediate area of Berwick that cross stitches. So I pretty much do this on my own. But that's okay. I'm good with it. Sometimes it's just two people out there. I would have recorded yesterday and uploaded this morning, but unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond my control, I had a doctor's appointment, I had my networking meeting, and then after my meeting, I went around and put up flyers for our craft fair at the end of the month. On March 30th, the Conchico Networkers, which is a group that I am a part of, we are having a craft fair and adoption event at the American Legion in Somersworth, number 69. There will be animals there. I hope you come and join us. So if you are within driving distance of the Somersworth American Legion, number 69, please come and visit us. And then I had to go back to the hospital because my doctor and the hospital are all in the same area, and sit there for half an hour or lay there for half an hour and get tortured for physical therapy for my frozen shoulder. It's getting better though. It's getting much better. So, all right. So that's kind of life stuff and greetings and everything else all mixed into one. So, let's start with finishes and FFOs. I am so happy, so very happy that this one is done. Here is my Christmas frog. Look at him. He is so cute. And I had this hoop. It's a faux wood hoop, and I love the shape of it, and I might get some more this size. And I put green felt on the back, but he is done, and he is cute, and I am happy with him. Hi. So, Christmas frog. And then, let's see, what did I work on? I don't have a picture for this, unfortunately, but you can see what it's going to be. This is Time for Tea. And as, hold on, put this back here, put this paper back here. As you can see, I have the heart outlined, or part of the heart outlined, a few more lines for the teapot, and then I got to put the handle in and the top. I got the four done, and I started working on tea. And this is all done in white except for the heart. The heart is going to be in a red. I think I'm going to be using a sulky red for this, and then we'll take it from there. But it's coming along, and this is an Alice themed stitch. So hopefully, for the month of March, I'm doing Mad March, which is basically Alice in Wonderland themed. And in August, I'm also doing Alice August, which is also Alice in Wonderland themed. So I do not have a picture for this one either, but I think I showed one last week. This is how far I got with the Easter Bunny gnome. And I'm going to be working on this one again. So. But That's done on a piece of, well, Time for Tea is done on 16 count dirty air, I believe, or khaki, not quite sure. The Easter Bunny is done on an 18 count Fortnite fabric cappuccino. And I got a scrap of that from Welcome Stitchery. I am going to call Welcome Stitchery and find out if they have any more of that Fortnite cappuccino, because there's a bunch more. I bought a bunch, and when I say a bunch, I mean like I could make a whole, fill a whole 1-inch thick notebook full of the gnomes that I bought. That being one of them. I also have St. Patrick's one that I want to start. But whether I'll get them done by St. Patrick's Day is probably not feasible. But I'm going to try to start him. I did not work on my March Quaker. I do have to do that. But I did start my April Quaker. If I don't get these done this year, I'm not worried about it. If I don't get them done in the month, they will get done when they get done. This one I actually worked on for 2 days. And I had to order a color, but then when I was working on something else, I realized that I had that color. So I just stole a few strands. And I have a big order of floss coming in from 123 Stitch, because there's 6 projects that I picked out that I need thread for. One of them is Gothic Light, which is what I picked at the beginning of March. So I will get started on that one at some point. And the other one is my Leap Day start, which is which is the Cauldron from Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod. But this is my From the Heart Needle Art April Quaker. And I like the colors. I wish I had thought ahead and ordered the Classic Colorworks colors. But you know what? I kind of like the light greens. I'm not too sure about the peachy color, but I'm kind of into it, I think. And this is as far as I've gotten. This is on a 16 count Artisty ivory. And as you can see, I have my Alice in Wonderland needle minder. Since we're doing, you know, Mad March and whatnot. So I think it came out really cool. I'm very happy with it. So far, there may be an error, but you know what? I'm just going to go with it. I'm not going to, you know, get too overly concerned about that one. Okay, April Quaker. And then the next one I worked on, I did not have a picture for this when I showed it, but this is from Cross Stitch Foxy. It's the pink Easter egg. I just printed a picture out so you could see what it looks like. I like it. The colors are a little bit too close for me, so you can't really tell what's the dark pink, what's the extra light pink. That's what I don't like about this. But you know what? It's coming along. And since this is the only one I'm doing, and I have a couple others, it'll be fine. And here's how I worked on this morning. Oop, hold on. And I'm going to continue to work on this weekend, possibly. I don't know yet. But I'm doing this on a piece of pink Ada that I got from Amazon. 16 count. And it's coming out, and it looks nice. And I mean, like I said, you really can't tell the different colors, but that's okay. And then I also started the Shamrock. And I've got one of the leaves almost done. I also made a mistake on this, but I'm just going with it. The fabric is just a scrap piece, I do believe, of 14 count that I had kicking around. It's very stiff. Please don't touch my coffee. My dog. And it's kind of hard to work with, but I'm going with it. And I'm using 4051 Sulky. It's a variegated Sulky green. I think it's known as Forest Floor. And it's making it come out really, really cool. So here is my shamrock. Got that bottom part of the leaf almost done. Then I'm going to work in the stem done. And then I'm going to work my way over to this side over here to get the other bottom leaf done. And then work my way up. And hopefully I'll have this done, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put March 17th, 1948 on it, because that is the year that my dad was born. And he passed away on January 6th, 2024. So, just a little remembrance for him. Okay, and then I pulled this out. This was my birthday start for 2023, and I wanted to work on it some. So, and we're in Mad March. This is what I did. This is Alice in Wonderland, and this one is by Lizzie's Little Loops on Etsy. Hopefully you can see that. It's very cute. And I did not have Alice's face done when I stopped working on this one. So what I did was I worked on her face, and I do believe I worked a little bit on the border. So I'm back stitching as I go, and I've been working on her hair here. I put in this little diamond here, and I worked a little bit on the border. I'm going to get this out again before the end of March, and I'm going to try to get some more done. And I have it living in my Black Cat Stitchery Alice in Wonderland bag. So there we go, there's that. And the colors are very, very cool. I don't remember, I got another thing in here that I started. And this is Rescue Mom from Stitch Quote. This is another thing that I'm doing in Sulky. I'm doing the words in a iris Sulky, and then I'm going to be doing the heart here and the paw print here in a different color. I'm not sure which one yet, but I think it's going to be in another variegated. And hopefully I have a big enough piece of, I think this is 18 count Silver Moon. I've got the rescue part almost done, and I started on the M here. I might have to do a little bit of stitching hand. I don't think I'm going to have a very big border, but you know what, that's okay. As long as I have a 1/4 inch, I'm pretty sure I can add some fabric to it. So, and there's that. I forgot to put that on my list. And then where I had my March calls for my WIP Go are Boo, which is an hour for 5 days. And the Addams Family, not John and Abigail, not Gomez and Morticia. I worked on that too. And I did pretty well, I think. Yeah, I still got Boo in here. But this is the Addams Family. It's from Plum Street Sampler. It's kind of a Halloweenish, fallish sampler. And as much as I was not too sure I was going to do it, I said, what the heck? And then when I started stitching it, I was like, oh my god, this is so simple and easy. Except the faces are 1/1, and I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that part. Because this is actually supposed to be done on a 36. And I'm doing mine on, I think, a 16 count. And what I did, oops, there you go. I worked on this side of the house, right here, putting the window in. I did work on this for 4 hours, well, 3.5, but still close enough for me. And I worked on the cemetery with the tombstones. I think, yeah. I had 2 of the tombstones done, and I'm working on the 3rd. And I'm loving how it's coming out. It's going to go into my husband's, where my husband keeps his computer. Because that's where all the, you know, military stuff is. I mean, granted, this is not military, but it's kind of on the patriotic side, and he kind of likes that kind of stuff. Which is fine. I'm good with it. I'm more of the cutesy. Alright, so we have 2 more whips. No, we actually have 3. Forgot about this one. Where this is Mad March, yet again, I pulled out my Cheshire Cat. This is from Miss Pagatti's on Etsy. And it is full coverage. That whole thing is stitched. And sometimes I wish I had started it on some easy grid, easy count, but it is what it is. I do have some 16 count easy grid that I'm going to do the rest of them on because I got a bundle. So, back in here. And I've got the top border done, but I decided to work in the left-hand corner. So that's what I've gotten done. And the colors, even though they're the jewel tones, are absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to try to pull this out once a month and work on it. I have to remember the day I started it, so, or look and see when I started it, and when it's time for its birthday, we'll be pulling that puppy right on out. And then, oh shoot, hold please. Oh, it's right here. Yes. No. Yes. Oh, I have to make sure. Sorry. All right. The other thing I worked on, because I really want to get this done, is Barbara Anna's She Mad Headed Dreams. And there's a little picture right here. This one right here. And I did quite a bit on this, believe it or not. This was my Sunday stitch. I worked on it most of the day on Sunday. I know that normally in my little world, Sunday is spooky stuff, but I wanted to get a good start on this. This is done on a 16 count, I believe. Get off of there. 16 count touch of gray. And this is how far I got. I got the caterpillar. I finished the top of the hat. I worked on, because it's split in half. So there's bleeding hearts on this side, and then on this side there is the cat's tail and other flowers. So I think I did pretty good. I got one of the eyes finished, and now I've got to finish the hat by doing the brim down here and taking it from there. I'm going to try to work on this one once a month as well, because I really want to get this one done. And I have the Gothic light in here, and I'm going to take this one out, put it in a different bag. But yeah. So I'm doing pretty well. I did quite a few whips this week, from last week to this week. So that's another reason why I'm taping a little bit later, is because I want to get as much done as I possibly could. Dog hair everywhere. And then last but not least, this one is my Leap Day stitch. This is from Winkin', Blinkin' and Nod. Oops. Sorry about that. And this is the Cauldron. I did not get very much of this done. I thought I had more floss than I did. So needless to say, this has come to a little bit of a halt until my order comes in, which is hopefully this weekend, today or Saturday. I'm hoping. So. And then this is what I did. I put it on this card that I got from Welcome Stitchery, the project journal. So there we go. And it's done on a 32 count, easy count fabric. I started it on February 29th, 2024. This will probably take me 4 years because I have a hard time seeing it, even with magnification. And I'm using all the called for DMCs. And this is what I have. Unfortunately, it's not enough to move on right now. But this, you may not be able to see it, but this is where I started. Right there. A little purple. I'm doing 2 over 1. Half stitch, 10 stitch. Right? Or am I doing full cross? No, I'm doing 10 stitch. So, here's that. And it's not a big start, and it's very, very light, but once everything else, I think, is when you get some darker colors in there, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. And I was on Etsy this morning looking at other ones. I did order some, I did download some, but I didn't get any more full coverage. Not today. Alright. So, next thing is my stash. Alright. I did not, aside from ordering some fabric from 123 Stitch and ordering a bunch of floss, I really haven't bought anything except a few gnome patterns, which do not come with a picture. So when I'm able to figure out a way to get a picture, I will. So I did get my Fabric Under the Sea monthly. It is Ruby Belos. pretty brown. It's 14 count. But yeah, it's a monthly fabric in this sea. I also stitched, this is some older stuff, which I want to, which I've had for a while, and some of it I've started, but just didn't have pictures. So this is somewhere, I don't know where it is, I've got to find it, but this is the Stitcher Hood, the Easter Quaker. And it's only got 5 colors. We have a pink, green, purple, orange, and blue. And I think when I started this, I was using the variegated, the DMC variegated blue, so on and so forth. And then I am hoping, now this is just a tentative plan, for my Advent this year, I am not doing 24 new starts, no matter how big they are, no matter how little they are. I'm not doing that, because that was just a little bit too much for me. I don't mind doing new starts. I actually like doing new starts, but that was just doing a new start every day for 24 days. I couldn't do it. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I am going to kit up maybe 12. No. Yeah, maybe 12. And I'm going to put them all in the bowl like I did with the Halloween. And I'm going to work on one for 2 days. And then pick another one. And then work on that one for 2 days. And then so on and so forth. I thought about doing only 6 and working on them for 4 days. And then 4 for 6 days. But I figured 12 is a more manageable number. And I made it past 12 last year. So I think it'll be okay. So this is one of them that I'm thinking about. This is from the French Giraffe. It's called the Christmas Gnome, and it's got a very tiny picture. And yep, there it is. And that's what I'm thinking about. That's one of the ones I'm thinking about. I'm going to have them all in the same. And plus I got some from Cute Embroidery, or Favorite Gnome on Etsy. But that's what I'm thinking about doing. It may change. I may decide to only do 6 and work on them for 4 days. I'm not quite sure yet. And then, hi. How are you? And then I printed this one off this morning. This is the Halloween Pumpkin. This is by Sam X Stitch on Etsy. And he's also got the witch's shoes and the elf shoes, and he's got a lot of stuff on there. It's very orchy. Very cool. Very cool. And I like the Halloween pumpkin. It's only got 8 colors and a little bit of backstitch maybe. I mean, I'm good with that. So I kind of like that one. And then this one I did show before, but this one I think I'm going to do for a friend of mine. It's only 88 by 88, and if you do it on 14 count Ada, it's basically 6 by 6. I'm going to do it on something a little bit smaller. I'm going to do it on either 16 or 18 count. And it's all done in backstitch. It's all the, black work type of thing. The only one that's done in the color is the one in the middle. So, that's it. Come here. You want to say hi? I'm not sure if I'm going to do that one or this one. This one, get up there. Go. Go, go. Go. Get your chunky butt up there. Patches, everyone. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that one or this one, because this one, I think, this has got 13 colors and 3 blends, and it's called Love the Owl. And, I don't, the designer's name is on here. I'm not going to butcher this poor woman's name. But this is what it looks like. And it's very cute. And then I have a friend who, she was born in November, but she doesn't like the cold weather, and that's all she really focuses on is the cold weather. I really think she needs to focus. I mean, I was born in December. I mean, do I like the fact that my birthday's when it is? No, I don't, but there's nothing I can do about that. So, you know, I try to look at the positive things that are in December. I mean, like, I can do a whole bunch of baking. I can do Christmas shopping. I can do Christmas stitches. I can do, you know, this is what I'm trying to do. But she likes the beach. So I found this in my downloads on my husband's computer. It's called from Lucy Henton, Cross Stitch Designs, and it's Furry Tail Seaside Mouse. And I like the little mouses. There's a lot of back stitching. I did do one before. But that's okay. It's cute. So, yeah. So there that is that. And then I got it on Tiny Mononist, and they had some freebies, so I decided to check that out. Not sure what she calls this one, but it's a Halloween cat. And it's done on a gray fabric. He's sitting on a pumpkin. He's very cute. That wouldn't take very long. And then also, here's this one. This is Coffee is Always a Good Idea, which is definitely me. I have to agree with that one. And there it is. And there's a lot of tea drinkers in my networking group. So this one is There's Always Time for Tea. And, you know, I drink the Ticino. So there's that one. And these are free on her on the Tiny Modernist website. So. And then, this is from Stitch Area. And it's an Alice in Wonderland themed. It says, "We are all mad here." And this is going to be a definite start. Because I think this goes with the theme of my month very, very well. And there's also this one that I got from Play-Doh Squirrels, or Play-Doh Squirrel. It's another Alice in Wonderland. And this is also going to be a start for this month. Look at that border. Ooh. Oh. I'm going to do the best I can on that border. And then this I got from Katima by Kona. Never Lose Your Muchness. And this will, I don't know if this is going to be a start for this month or if it's going to be an August start. It might be an August start. I'm not all entirely sure. So there's that one. And then this one, I got an email from Tiny Modernist. That's why I was on the site. And she's done a Wizard of Oz tree. So this is the newest. And this is the Alice in Wonderland tree. And this is definitely going to be an August start. Because I have another thing that I want to start this month. So those are all the things that I printed off. So, plans. Let me see. What are our plans going to be? I am going to work on She Mad Hatter Dreams by Barbara Anna. That's going to be for the rest of the month. So hopefully there'll be a lot more progress. There's also another Alice in Wonderland that I have that is, I think it's from Hair and Needle. And it's just a sampler. It's an Alice in Wonderland sampler. It's big. But I'm doing that on 18 count. I'll be doing that. I'll be starting that on an 18 count opalescent, white opalescent that I got from, where did I get that from? Keepsakes. Just stop and think for a second, sorry. But yeah, I'll be getting that from, I got that from Keepsakes. What else? So Alice Quaker. So that will be a new start. I'm going to start the We're All Mad Here. And that should be a quick one. Both the Alice Quaker and We Are Mad Here should be pretty quick ones because they're monochromatic. Yeah, and I was looking at some of the things that I have on my husband's computer, and I do have a lot of Alice. There was one that I almost printed off. It's kind of like an Alice portrait, it's in black. If I do the Alice Quaker, I think I'm going to be doing that in a silky blue sapphire. That's what I'm going to be using. I also have a long dog that is the Queen of Hearts. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that one or not yet. That would be a restart. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until Alice August for that one. And then I have some Harry Potter stuff that I have for May. April is Animal April, so I have dogs, cats, that kind of thing. And then Jungle June, I have some small, little tiny ones that would be like for a junk journal. Leopard, lion. I have a hippopotamus that's geometric. I think I'm going to start the geometric moose because I did order thread for that. The 6 that I ordered, one was for the Cauldron, Gothic Light, geometric moose. Let's right here. And Easter gnome, because I still need a few for that. The St. Patrick's gnome. And some little Easter eggs, which are from Tinsel Cross Stitch. If you've never checked out Tinsel Cross Stitch on Etsy, you really should. They've got some really cool stuff. So yeah. And then what I'm going to do is next month I'm going to pick 6 new ones that I want to work on when I have time. Or when I decide to work on them. They're going to be a month ahead of time. So I'm going to, like, if I have to work on something for, oh, lovely. If I have to work on something or I need colors for something in April or May, I'm going to check what I have, and I'm going to order the colors ahead of time after I see if I have them. Because as soon as I get that big order, I'm going to kit it right up. So, but yeah, so I might start on my St. Patrick's gnome. If I don't write this stuff down, I will not remember it. And then I can't check it off and then let you guys know I did it. I was talking to my friend Claudia, sort of talking, messaging my friend Claudia, and she posted something on Facebook and on Instagram about one of her new starts. She likes to do the full coverage, the big stuff. So she's kind of become my new inspiration for that kind of thing. She has one that she's doing now from ravencoven.com, and it is a Halloween or haunted house snow globe. I need to find that because I want to do it. Also, I mean, I have a few minis or quick stitches from Heaven and Earth Designs. But I have a bunch of stuff on my Etsy wish list that is from Puck's Closet, Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod. Trying to think. Who else? There's just a bunch of that kind of thing. There was some that I got from Shop Designs or something like that. They're like, I got a Sally and I have a Jack from Nightmare Before Christmas. We only see half the face. So I want to get something, some of those. But I'm finding out that the like the little, where did I put my little frog? Ugh. Ah, here he is. This little frog, you wouldn't think that it would take very long. 14 days. 14. Now, if I worked on it specifically or monogamously, I probably would have got it done in a week. But this is 14 days because it's heavy stitching, like the bodies. So, 14 days for that. And, the stitches aren't the best, but you know what? It's mine. I'm not giving it away. I'm keeping it. They're going to be just mine. So, I have a dog, I have a cat that I want to get. I have a sheep, owl, fox, penguin, rabbit. They have a little skunk. They have a raccoon. Hi. They have a bunch of this stuff. So, come on, get up there. Fine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, pick another one. I told my daughter this time she could pick out the one that she wanted me to do. So, oh, hi. Don't beat up on me. So, she's going to, this weekend I'm going to have her pick one and I'll start a new one. So, I don't know which one it'll be yet, but we'll see. I know there's a lot of people out there that like to do the horror stitching, like horror movies and things like that. Believe it or not, I'm not a horror movie person, but I bought a sampler. Starts out with Chucky, okay? And it's just done in 2 colors. It's basically black and red. I mean, especially if you do it on white fabric, which I plan on doing. Even though I hate stitching on white, either that or maybe I'll, I don't know. I kind of have to if I don't want to stitch white, and I don't want to stitch white because I don't like it. As you can see with the teapot. But, yeah. And there are a few things that I haven't gotten to yet that I want to get finished. But I was just so happy to finish my little frog. And anybody who has been with me since I started that frog in January, they know the trials and tribulations I've gone with that frog. So, yeah. So hopefully next week, I will have I think I did pretty good this week. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 whips and a finish. So I think I did pretty good. Granted, I don't sit around and stitch all day. I did on Wednesday, but that's just because I was feeling kind of down and out, you know. It's been a rough week. A little bit of life stuff here. I'm not a thin person. Okay, and in this past May, on May 11th, it'll be a year since I had my surgery. Now, before I had my surgery, I weighed almost 190 pounds. So, I mean, granted, it's the most I've weighed is 235, and that's right around the time I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. That's the highest I've ever been. I mean, I consider myself a big girl because I'm wide. This way. I'm a big, you know, I'm just wide. I'm a wide person. Because I come from my dad's side of the family, which is what I take after. I take after my aunts. They were wide and a little on the hefty side. And I'm wide and on the hefty side. Well, I came to terms with my weight a long time ago. And it is what it is. And if I lose a few pounds, awesome. If I don't, it is what it is, right? So, after I had my surgery, I went down to 175 pounds. Which actually, for me, is light. So, because I had open heart surgery, and it's amazing what your body can do when things are working correctly. So, I was, you know, and I'm only 2 pounds, maybe 3 pounds over that now. I'll give myself 178. Am I still a big girl? Yes. In my eyes, I am a big girl because I grew up with people that were like this skinny and they weren't big and, you know, but anyway. So I went to my doctor yesterday at Patches. No. Thank you. I went to my doctor yesterday and Patches. Hey! No. Sorry. No squeaking now. Later. Squeak later. Okay? So, I went to my doctor yesterday, and I got weighed, and I looked at my weight, and I'm like, oh, that's not bad. Sorry about that. And my doctor is a skinny little man who was an army doctor, and he's just skinny, tiny little man. All right. So, he actually signed me up, or he put in a referral for me to go and have bariatric surgery done, gastro-bariatric surgery done. I'm not going to get a phone call because I don't meet the parameters. I really don't. I don't meet them because I think you have to be, because my sister-in-law ended up getting it, and she had to be almost 350, between 350 and 400 pounds. She's a big girl. And she's gaining it all back now. Yeah. Because now she's bigger than I am. Before, after she had the surgery and she lost all this weight, she was thinner than me. But now she's wider than, bigger than I am now. I'm not going to be able to get the surgery. But anyway, so, and I don't like needles. I don't want to have any shots since I had my surgery and they had to check for blood sugar and they had to give me a shot for this and they had to poke me for this and they had to do this and they had to do that. I can't stand needles. When I ended up having to get like cortisone or steroid shot or something in my shoulder before I could go to therapy because if she touched me, I screamed. And I'm telling you what, I screamed. So now he wants to put me on a medication for my diabetes. That's once a week. And of course I have to inject it once a week. Yay. Do I want to do this? No! Do I have to do this? Yes. Because evidently with this medication, it can also help you lose weight. How about we just go with the fact that when you first met me, I was almost 190 pounds. And granted, I still have a heart condition, but no. Really? So the only thing he's really concentrating on is the fact that I haven't lost any weight. I'm maintaining my weight, but I haven't lost any. And, and I walk the dog for maybe half hour, 45 minutes if I'm lucky, between 3 and 5 days a week. Depends. No. Let me move this stuff first. Hold, please. So, yeah, I mean, but I do walk the dog and I do get out and, the other day I walked more than I think I have in a month because I walked the dog and then I had to figure out how to get to my daughter's classroom for a meeting. But yeah, so that's life. Yay! My husband's doing well. My daughter's doing well. She's going next month. She'll be going to Washington, D.C. for a week with her class, or her grade. We'll see how that goes. And that's about it. I think it's just me. I think my doctor thinks I'm depressed over my weight, but I'm really not. I'm depressed because, number one, my father passed away, and even though I wasn't very close with either one of my mother or my father, too many unresolved issues that are getting me down. My niece and nephew aren't talking to me, and that's perfectly fine. I'm good with that. I don't need that, but don't take it out on my kid. You're mad at me? Fine. But don't take it out on my daughter, because it's not fair to her. She didn't do anything. And then the other, my husband and I are pretty much, introverted, so it's like, if it's two people outside, we don't go anywhere. Or I don't go anywhere. So, but aside from that, everything's going well. My husband's feeling much, much better. My daughter's doing much better with her grounding. As actually, because she's been doing so well in school, except for her math grade, I let her have her game back as long as she uses it out here. So, other than that, I hope everybody has a good weekend. Stay safe. Be positive. Be aggressive with your stitching, and stitch your favorite things. I mean, my favorite thing is Halloween, but right now I'm trying to get into like the Easter spirit and the St. Patrick's Day spirit, even though it's a little rough with my dad being born on St. Patrick's Day. But yeah, trying to get into the spring spirit. Let's put it that way. And I'm more of a fall person. I'm not a summer person. I don't like hot weather. But yeah, I'm more of a fall person. So, you know, I like fall weather. I like the colors, the oranges, the browns, the, you know, that kind of thing. So that's why I like the Halloween stitching so much. And that, and I'm a purple person, so that makes me feel even better. As you can tell. So yeah. So please be positive, you know. And as Jane from Running with Scissors with Julie and Jane, if you're feeling down, give yourself one more day. You know? And one more day after that, and one more day after that. There's no reason for anybody. Nothing can be that bad that you have to leave this world. Granted, I have my concerns about the mental health system in this country. But if you find a good one, if you find somebody who you can actually talk to and vent to and be able to say, okay, this is what's going on, how do I fix it? You know, you can't help people that won't help themselves, unfortunately. And I am trying to find ways to help myself, so I don't feel so all the time. I think a lot of it has to do with, you know, the fact of how I feel. I think a lot of it has to do with the you know, the fact that I'm probably menopausal. Yay. But yeah, so we just have to, you know, try to be there for each other. That's why I have to admit I like talking to Claudia, even if it's just, you know, texting or messaging or, you know, saying, you know, a cute little, hey, how you doing? You know. But yeah, so she makes me feel good, and I try to make her feel good, and hopefully, you know, one of these days we can meet on Zoom, and it's just the way it is. So I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Friday.